Evening, everyone. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to let people trickle in. Hello to the person that just entered the stream. Hey, Kyle. That's you. Yeah, we're just going to give it a few minutes and let a few more people join. I'm going to step away for a bit. I'll be right back. I didn't think in advance to make snacks beforehand, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I see we have another person that's joined. I'm going to let my popcorn finish popping, and then we'll get started reviewing some model trains. How's everyone's Friday doing? Or going, rather. You may or may not be able to hear my popcorn right now, but these streams usually run pretty long, so I usually like to have something to snack on every now and then while we're talking model trains. I got so much stuff to talk about. Yeah. There was a model train show back in Gadsden a few weeks ago, and I got so much stuff from there. I was satisfied enough to not go to the one in Birmingham this past weekend. All right, popcorn's ready. Good. Okay. We're 7 minutes in, so we need to get to talking about some stuff. First of all, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good Friday evening. So, I think I'm going to talk about the stuff that's on this track first. You can already see a flashing EOT. And I recently got 2 cars for my grain set. And this is a Botland model. The EOT did not come with this model. I just was in RC Hobbies and really wanted a car with an EOT for my grain set. And I thought they had one more from Botland that had one. And they did, but it was a box car. So I wound up buying both of them. I'll review the box car later. I wound up purchasing both of them. And there you have a better view at the flashing EOT. And swapped the EOT truck with one of the box cars truck. But unfortunately in the process, one of the wires came off. But I was able to solder it back in place. Not too terribly difficult. But I'm not the best in the world at soldering. So when it goes over some of these switch joints or frogs, it tends to flicker a little bit. My Greenville Western boxcar with the EOT doesn't flicker as bad as the Canada grain car, but Canada grain car still flickers pretty bad, but it works. It's working just fine now. I'm not in a big hurry to go back and fix it, so it's good as it is. I'll take it off the rails and let you guys get a better look at it. This is the EOT. Let me turn on some extra lights right here. Perhaps that'll work a little bit better. Yeah. So, I'm going to take this off since we've talked about it. This is CPWX606902, by the way. Forgot to mention the road number. I'm going to put this one back in the box. And we'll move on to the next car. I'm not sure what the manufacturer is right off. It might have been an Atlas. But it's a Delaware and Hudson 3-bay covered hopper. D&H 12311. And this is it. Let me see. Yeah, can't see a manufacturer on here, but if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say it's either an Athearn or an Atlas. I forget which one, though. But one last look at it. And I'm going to set it aside and package it later. And I recently finished building quite a few kits. I've had these lying around from an estate sale a while back, and I got around to building them recently. It's four. I might need to move the tripod a bit wider. Yeah, that's more like it. Straighten it up a bit, perhaps. Oops. That's better. Okay. So, for being, what are they? Johnstown coal porters is what they're called. But these were E&C Shops kits. They're fairly old. Not sure what the date of them is, or the date of these cars are when they were manufactured, but they're rather old. But road numbers are the 534 177, 534 202, 534 165, and the 534 141. I don't have coal loads for these, at least not yet, but for the era they were manufactured in, I'd say they're fairly good cars. I replaced the wheels on one of them, but I plan to replace the wheels on the rest of them at a later date. But I put Katy couplers on all of them. So, give a closer look at these guys. And this is what the interior looks like. It's just got the weight in the bottom and 3 braces along the sides there. But every car pretty much looks like that. I'll pick them all up just so you can see the road numbers. And that's the last coal hopper there. So I'm going to box these up. I have a ton of freight cars on the railroad right now. But I got plans for these guys in the future. Okay. 165. I'll say one thing, these kits were fairly straightforward to build, but the hardest part was these grab irons right here. You may or may not be able to see it, but I had to install this plate down here under the coupler. You may or may not be able to see that. There's a plate kind of in here under the truck. It's hard to see when everything's black, but I had to wedge the step in between the car and that plate, and with it being such a small and delicate piece, that was by far and away the most difficult part of building these 4 kits. But if I built one, and building the other 3 took significantly less time after that. 177. So we've had a few more people, got a few more people coming in. So for those of y'all that are just joining, I had a couple of grain cars I got. One of them had an EOT. I've still got them out here. DNH 12311 and a Bachmann CPWX 60692, and it's got an EOT on it, although it originally did not come with it. I traded trucks with another Bachmann freight car, and I will review that later during the stream. And the 202, last one. It's in here. But all of these were ENC shops kits that I acquired at an estate sale earlier this year. And I've had them sitting around for quite some time, and I just now got around to building them. Now, got more BN stuff to review. This is an Atlas caboose, well, former caboose, now a BNSF railway shoving platform with an H3 logo on it, but still bearing the BN paint scheme. As most of you guys know, BN is my favorite fallen flag, so I'm a sucker for it. So I saw this in a hobby shop, and I won't divulge the location until after the 1,000 sub special that is coming up. Last I checked, I was at 989 subscribers on the channel, and we're very close, folks. Appreciate you all joining in, commenting, liking, interacting with my videos. I appreciate y'all taking an interest in what I do for fun. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for saying I did a good job with the coal hoppers. I did the best I could. BN cab, my father would approve. Sweet. Yep, currently 989, same as I last checked. Hope everybody's having a good Friday evening so far. But let's see, where is the box for this guy? I think I'm going to move this to the back of the layout, or rather, I'm just going to keep this on the branch line. I'm going to move this out of the shop for a bit. Okay, I guess it'll just stay right there then. But that's some recent stuff I've had going on. The Gadsden show was a very good train show. It was their first time doing a fall train show, and I heard a lot of good things about it. Got a lot of good stuff from it that I'm going to continue to unveil during the stream. But regarding 1,000 subscribers, I think what I'm going to do is, when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I already have a special that's kind of in the works. I've been kind of lacking on long format content, so shorts, unfortunately, is the best I can do for right now. Shorts is a quick and dirty way for me to get subscribers because YouTube tends to boost that content a pretty good bit, but I would definitely say that my long format content, meaning like my 20, 30, 40 minute long videos, are more of a labor of love. I definitely put a lot more effort into those, but shorts are kind of the low hanging fruit as far as content. A lot of good stuff from the past that I can upload for shorts. And also, if you're not the biggest fan in the world of YouTube shorts, I derive all of my shorts from my previous long format videos and link each long format video in each short. So if you're more of a fan of the long format content, you can't access it from the shorts. Just figured I'd throw that out there. Okay. Oh, one other thing I forgot. It's not exactly a model train purchase, but it kind of turned into that. I got a tablet. And I acquired this when I acquired a new cell phone here recently. I've always been an Android guy, so I have a Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus. And this is a Galaxy tablet, I think. Let me unlock this thing. But even though it doesn't seem like much, I can definitely say that it has absolutely been a game changer as far as running model trains go. Let me see, get this thing connected on the right internet. Okay, DTX. Done. Yes. So, what to review next? What to review next? What to review next? I think we're going to talk about one of the engines I got. So, let me see here. I'm going to activate it, and I'm going to reverse it into view. Reverse. All right, so here we have Scale Trains D9-40C, otherwise known as the Top Hat, number 8774 for Norfolk Southern. I have been after one of these engines for quite some time, and someone was selling it at the Gadsden show for $215, and since they did their first run, I think, Scale Trains hasn't done another run of one of these, so I figured I might as well just fork up the cash and buy it, and I'm very happy I have it, because if I had passed up on it, there's no telling if I would have come across it at another train show again. But anyway, it's a Scale Trains. It's got ESU loc sound, and I like it. That much goes without saying. Yeah. I've run it a few times, got it speed matched in my BC Rail 4617, and I'm pleased with it. Need to turn the volume down a little bit because it is quite loud. That's about the only complaint. I can fix it at a later date. But, excuse me, again, very happy to have one of these. So, with that said, I'm going to lash it to my mix brake back here, which is quite the long one. Let me make sure I have a good couple. Cool. I'm going to power this down right quick. That way I can have everything start up on the same function. And then we can get our mixed brake rolling and review some more rolling stock. So let's see. I'm going to acquire the 7204. And that's facing forward. Is the trailing loco for right now. And then I'm going to acquire the 6262. And this is facing towards the rear and is the trailing loco. Alrighty, showtime. And I just gotta say, it's a very cool thing to do to be able to turn on 3 engines with the press of a button. Alrighty, time to move forward. And the ditch lights are not supposed to flash like that, but again, that's something else I'm going to have to fix at a later date. When I speed matched this engine, it messed up the ditch light somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. These Top Hat Dash 9s I always thought they looked really good leading freight trains. It makes me happy to be able to see this on my model railroad. Ah yes, Dad mentions the tablet was a deal from Verizon. It is our service provider, and I got it at the same time I traded in one of my old phones for a new phone, so there's that. And trailing second is SD80 Mac NS7204, and trailing third is CPKC SD60M Triflops number 6262. Tonight on the mixed brake. For right now, anyway. And we come to our first car on the train. Parts boxcar that I found at the Gadsden train show. Some folks, they gave it to me for $5. It was fairly straightforward to put together. I've put together 4 of these before, So I figured, what the heck, I'll just snag it. And it's pretty cool. These cars in general, it's cool to see so many fallen flags on them. Let's see, I have a Wabash, an ATS, an Illinois Central, a Milwaukee Road, and a Penn Central. So all box, well, not auto rack, auto parts box cars are all fallen flags. I'm going to pull forward. And the second car is a center beam. Let's see, Kyle, here. My Scale Trains GP30s had a similar problem when trying to speed match. One of the marker lights went out, doesn't bother me, but now it seems like I'm having problems with a gear in one of them. Gear problems are not good. I think I have a couple engines that are in the project pile that have gear problems, so that's just going to be another curveball that I'll have to face. But anyway, second car to review on the freight train is center beam car BNSF 559. Let me read the whole road number here. 559528. I wanted to get some more cars for my mixed freight that kind of mix things up a bit. Something that's not like a gondola, a coil steel car, a cement car, or a box car. So I figured this would be a good purchase. I got this from Oak Mountain Hobbies in Birmingham. They have a pretty good selection of model trains over there. A lot of unopened Athearn Blue Box kits, some of which we'll get into later in the stream. And a decent selection of engines. I know they had one there that I've got my eye on, and if it's still there, whenever I roll through there later this year, at some point, if I'm just in the area and want to go in the hobby store, I may or may not snag it if it's still available. Because I think it would be a really good addition to the model railroad. But anyway, that's another hobby store that's sort of local to me, is Oak Mountain Hobbies in Birmingham, Alabama. And the second car here also came from Oak Mountain. And it's another fallen flag now that's sort of local to my area. Yeah, I'm not sure why your picture will be blurry either, unless it's my internet doing weird stuff, which is entirely possible. This orange box car right here is an Atlas. It is Atlanta and St. Andrews Bay 7095, and the Atlanta and St. Andrews Bay is otherwise known as the Bay Line. And I filmed a few engines in the green and yellow Bay Line paint scheme on Alabama Gulf Coast Railway and Meridian and Digby Railroad. And there's no more in the South now, unfortunately, so I'm glad I got them on camera when I did. But anyways, I saw this car and I knew I had to snag it. Moving ahead. Next, we have a more modern boxcar that is easily identifiable. And I don't know why my 8774 wants to take off, but yeah. All right. We'll soon, Kyle. I'm going to take a break and a quick break and grab a few pieces of popcorn while Kyle is off the stream. Alright, we're already 36 minutes into this stream, so we're not doing too bad tonight. Good deal. Glad that got worked out. So we'll move on. So in front of us we have TBOX 66, 36, 40. And these things are a dime a dozen on the model railroad. Well, not on the model railroad, on the real life railroad. Hi, Thomas A. Bramson, 100. Welcome to the live stream. This was, as I recall, this was $15 off in RC Hobbies one day when I was in there recently. And I think this was priced around 50 bucks and I got it for 35, as I recall correctly, if I remember correctly. So I figured, why the heck not purchase it? So, moving ahead. This first green boxcar back here is something else I got on my recent trip. It is another Athearn. It is North Louisiana and Gulf 5547. I've seen cars like this around. Haven't really heard or don't really know much about the North Louisiana and Gulf, but it was kind of an obscure road name, so I figured I'd purchase it. And this other green box car is BN214482. This is the other Bachman car that I swapped trucks with for my Canada grain hopper. And I got both of those cars from RC Hobbies in Huntsville, Alabama. And now we have a couple of 2-bay covered hoppers from Bowser. These are two kits that I've built here recently. The first is Grand Trunk Western GTW 376. And the second, NC and St. Louis, Nashville, got my tangle all tongued up. Nashville, Chattanooga, and St. Louis 49000. And I got these from one of Cadence's Rail Yard's booths in, I can't remember the name of the town in Tennessee, but he did quite a few videos of those, and he had a few of these pieces, and I was traveling in the area, and I figured I saw these in the antique shops, and I figured I'd get them. Let's see. Hello. And if there are train shows like Greenberg's, you can find an amazing selection of cars. Yes, Fairview is the booth Fairview is the town where that booth was located. That's correct. Thanks for mentioning that. I'm not familiar with Greenberg's train shows, but we have some halfway decent ones down here in the South every now and then. But that's all the new acquisitions, so I'm going to run the train around one more loop. Eugene Kleiss, Brunswick Train Fan Farm Lover Videos. Welcome to the live stream. I'm doing pretty good. Hoping everybody's having a good Friday evening. We're running model trains and having a hangout session. I try to make these monthly, but October was a really busy month and I couldn't really have one of them. And it's a Friday night, so I figured it'd be a good time to have one. So with that being said, welcome. Gotcha. Layout planning is... I'm kind of blue skying for a future layout, and I'm kind of having fun doing it, but I wish you the best of luck in doing so, because it can be really challenging. Ah, gotcha. What's the road number of your 284? Gotcha. I got the Nickel Plate Road 765 that Bachman did several years back. I can't remember when I got that engine, but I want to say I got it when I was like 15 or 16. Hard to believe I've had it for that long. I've had it for over 10 years. Haven't really run it much because I was very inspired by Bradley DCC's video that he did where he put TCS wow sound in there. And after having used it, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of TCS because you have to manually press number 7 to get the engine to stop, and every other engine I've used, you just throttle down conventionally. But I do plan to get the DCC decoder in my 765 swapped out to an ESU. I plan to do that with... I plan to put ESU in all of my engines. Gotta be gentle. Okay. Where are my... Oh, there we go. Okay, that'll give me a little bit of extra space in here. Okay. How we doing? Gotcha. Do you know what decoder it came with? Because I know Bachman kind of does a little bit of Tsunami and a little bit of TCS. Yeah, and honestly, Kyle, I don't have anything against soundtracks. It's just that I prefer ESU. That's just my preference. Soundtracks is a good decoder too. It puts out sound just fine in my opinion, but I tend to have a preference towards ESU, so that's my preference. And soundtracks is yours, so I mean, I don't have a problem with soundtracks at all. It's just I prefer ESU. So let's see here. Tablet. I'm going to start rearranging my train here. I tend to do this every stream because I like my trains blocked a certain way. What type do you have? What DCC controller do you have? Yeah, Easy Command. Easy Command is very basic. My recommendation is what I use right now. Get you a Digitrax DCS52 Zephyr. It's very easy to assemble, put together, and I have it where I have it connected to my Easy Track. Basically, I just take one of these red Bachman wires, and it's got kind of prongs on each end, and I just flip those off and kind of skin some of the cabling off on the outside and just stick them in the rail joiners where they need to go. But it's been a very good controller. I highly recommend it for anybody. It's very versatile too. I mean, it could run on full throttle too. I used to do that on my Easy Command when I used it. But if you're in the market to get a new controller, this is what I have right here. DCS52. Highly recommend it. I'm actually a lot closer to my drop-off point where I thought I was. Yeah, so my setup is this DCS52 and Digitrax LNW. In layman terms of LNWI is it's a sound that allows you to run model trains from your smartphone. I have my tablet, and I mentioned this thing was a real game changer because I haven't done so yet, but I can run 2 trains from this tablet with relative ease. So let's see. I'm going to decouple there, and I'm going to move forward. Let's see here. You can if you want. that's what I do sometimes. You might not be able to lash multiple engines together. I find that to be easier from your smartphone, but honestly, I don't recall the LNWI being all that expensive. I've not had, and Digitrax has a very good warranty too, so you can send it back, they can fix it for you, and you'll be back in business. But I highly recommend you using that if you're looking to move on from your easy command controller there. Engine sounds seem to be delayed on the 8774 too. So the reason I'm reblocking my train is during these live streams I usually like to have my newer purchases up towards the front and everything else is kind of bent around towards the back. So I also like my trains blocked a certain way because when I do future op sessions, my plan is to have the mixed freight drop off essentially what's going to be the first half of the train. Soundtracks, okay. Is there a reason you can't run it with VCC? That's a very interesting problem. I've never heard of anything quite like that. Unless, I guess that's a voltage problem, but yeah, I mean, at that point, I just say heck with it and get an LNW. Excuse me. At that point, I just say heck with it, get you a DCS 52 and an LNWI, and just go from there. But I keep saying this, but I guarantee you it'll be a step up over what you currently have. And it'll be well worth your money. I made a oopsie there. I was going forward, but I meant to go backwards. Good deal. If and when you get it, I hope you like it. Okay, now we go for it. Actually, we don't want to go for it. Maybe I don't want to go for it. Gonna go for the track first and then get the controller. I can't argue with that. Can't go very far with running trains if you don't have track. So again, wish you the best of luck in building a railroad. One hour into the live stream. Thanks everybody for interacting and stuff like that. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Still got a good bit of switching to do in the stream, but I assure you that I will be running model trains faster than what I am doing right now. Ty Hick, welcome to the stream. Right now, I'm just switching out some cars on my mixed freight, and I'll get to running more trains here soon. Oh, you popped you a bag too, huh, Kyle? Yeah, popcorn's a favorite snack of mine, but only bad thing about it is the husk gets stuck in my teeth. But other than that, it's one of my go-tos. Speaking of which, I'll grab me a few pieces right now. Other than the 765, what steam locomotives do you own? Well, let's see if I can think right off the top of my head. I've got the 765, which is a Bachman Berkshire that I've had for a while. I've got a Bachman Consolidation Southern 722. I have a Broadway Limited 282 Mikado Southern 4501. Both the 722 and the 4501 are green. And I've got Broadway Limited Norfolk and Western J-Class number 611. And I've got a I can't remember right off if it's a 2882 or a 2662, but I think it's a 2882 is a Malay. But I have the, gosh, I forget the number of it. It's like, it's not the 1309, it's a 12 something, I want to say. I don't remember the number of it right off the top of my head. I had it there for a second and I lost it. What other steam engines do I have? I have a Southern. No, you're thinking Norfolk and Western. I have a C&O. Oh, no, it's a Western Maryland. It's a Western Maryland. That's what I'm thinking of. It's a Western Maryland. But I also have, not in Huntsville with me, I have Bachman Southern 210-2, number 5212. And I also have an ATSF 484, number 3777. And one of those days, I think I'm going to get it patched to 3751. It's not the 734. Let me look on the box right quick. Hold on. The 955, so I was off by a bit. But this is that Western Maryland steam engine we were talking about. It's a 2662 Malay. And I have a 484 ATSF 3777 that's also a Bachman. And I plan to get that patched to the 3751 in the future. I don't run steam all that often because I got a ton of diesels. Okay, where was I? But that pretty well rounds out my steam roster. Another oopsie on my part. Thought I had these coupled. Didn't have a good couple. Thought I did, but didn't. Central Pacific Jupiter. Gotcha. Are you trying to model a specific era, or are you just collecting steam engines? Gotcha. Yeah, it's nifty just for collecting it, just to have. Okay. I apologize, I didn't intend to be doing this much switching tonight, but I've got a lot of stuff. I've still got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, we're just going to keep on going. Gotcha. I got some of my older trains, some of my rolling stock that's kind of out of era. I'm probably going to look into selling that in the future. But I just got to get everything organized in order to sell it. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a long time off. It's just a matter of taking inventory. I live in North Alabama right now, and I still have a lot of stuff in Southwest Alabama. Man, an hour and 15 minutes into the stream, we're already at 7 likes. Thanks, folks. Keep it coming. Oh, neat. Let's see. And the last thing I'm going to do is rearrange the center beam car. It's not always the case, but usually trains are built, at least to my knowledge, such that the heavier loads are towards the front and the lighter cars are towards the rear. Because I'm going to put it towards the end of the consist. Yeah, I take it you've seen Railfan Rowan's video on stringline derailments. That's what's going through my head right now, so. The only thing worse than putting it in the middle of the train, in my mind, is putting it right behind the head engines. Ah, gotcha. Eight people watching. Welcome, everybody. Huh, I don't remember seeing that one. I remember seeing the one at Horseshoe Curve, though. I think that particular derailment was where it was entirely center beam derailments. Now, I forgot to mention, the center beam car is made by Walthers. I have two Santa Fe diesels. One is the 572 and the other is the 699. And I'm going to be running that train here soon. I just want to switch this one out and organize it better. Yeah, thanks. I like to keep a pretty diverse roster of diesel engines. I know you see a lot of Norfolk Southern, but I've got a BC rail here. I've got a Southern High Hood, a BN, B unit, a GCX Tier 4, a few CSX engines too. I prefer NS. I grew up seeing I like the YN2 scheme on CSX. YN3V gets boring after a while. Okay, moving forward. Yeah, Proto 2000s are kind of old. I have two, and they barely run. One of them doesn't run. The other one I have to jack it up to full throttle to get it to crawl. So I've heard add decoders in them. I've heard they're gearing issues. So when I get around to figuring them out or working on them, we'll see what the problem actually is. Yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with the paint. It's more of an internal problem. Yeah, it's like I said, it's internals. Each engine, even though they sometimes have similar manufacturers, each engine's different. So it's got its own different torque with it. Oh, it had. So the GP30 had never been opened before? Interesting. Yeah, if it had been opened before, there's a good chance it was run pretty good. But if it hasn't been opened before, then that's very peculiar. Let's see here. I'm going to couple up to this boxcar, and I'm going to run the mix freight a bit and take a break from all the switching. Interesting. And it very well could be a bad wire, too. All right. We're an hour and a half into the stream. We want to take a break from switching. And we're going to run a few laps with the mix freight here. And now I'm going to power up another train. LOL. Yeah, I shall. Yeah, I had a hard time hearing my trailing motor because the 8774 is so loud, so that's something I'm going to have to go back and fix. While I was in Oak Mountain, I acquired some new containers for some pretty good prices, I thought. So I'm going to pull the intermodal train around. The Matson, the red Matson containers you see here, they were Athearn blue boxes. I got 3 of them for 15 bucks. And I'm not sure who manufactured the BN America and the ITELs, but I got those 2 for 12 bucks. So that's $5 to $6 a container, which, granted, they were a little bit older, but I felt they were pretty fairly priced when compared to a brand new Walker single container that you get for 13 bucks. So there's that. Are you talking about the 2 48-footers? Because I know for sure the 3 red Matson ones were Athearn blue boxes. Or at least they came in an Athearn blue box. Gotcha. Okay. But yep, 2 trains running at once, relative ease. Yep. I'm going to bump the intermodal train up since those typically go faster. If you're looking to lose your stat cars there, I might be interested. Phew. Gotcha. Most of mine... Oop. Oh dear. Ha. Good thing it's a model railroad. I rear-ended my own train. Yeah, that's the thing about easy track on memory foam is sometimes it's not even, well, most of the time it's not even in certain places, so decouplings happen every now and then. Not sure where it came on couples. I'm going to have to keep a closer eye on this thing. All right, intermodal train, running it again. In the right direction this time. That's like saying you gave yourself a nosebleed only in model trains. Yeah, thereabouts. I'm going to slow the freight train down a bit. Yeah, I'm going to do some more switching. Kind of like how I would do for an operating session. And depending on what mood I'm in, I don't know. I might get a bit ambitious and try to run the branch line. Gonna drop my conductor off. And I'm gonna couple my train again. I usually don't run my intermodal set that much because it tends to decouple here, there, and everywhere. And some areas where it decouples are more inconvenient than others. Ooh. Freight train's having a bit of a hard time here. 1 second, I'm going to troubleshoot something right quick. Gonna move this forward a bit. That way, you guys can see what's going on over here. So I'm going to clear this crossing over here. I'm basically going to drop the first half of my train off in this yard here, and we're going to see how this SD80 Max likes curves. I don't think it will, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay. One second. Just wanted to check something right quick. Let's see how we do. Yes. 2 hours in and 9 likes. Not bad. And believe it or not, I still have more stuff to review. We just passed the 2 hour mark. How's everybody doing? Alright, let's see. I'm going to couple back up to the train. So I'm going to continue to run the mixed freight tonight, but I'm going to explain exactly what I did here once I get this guy running again. Peter E., welcome to the live stream. We're 2 hours in and still going fairly strong, I think. $10 likes. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I've been doing a lot of switching tonight, and normally I just am running trains. So let me explain a little bit about what I just did here. So this yard that I just dropped all those freight cars off in is meant to be a storage yard of sorts. Thank you, Peter. For businesses on my land. In an operating session, I would have a local based on the back of the model railroad to take, let's see, thanks Dad, appreciate it. I would have a local on the far back corner of the layout to take these box cars over here. This is a paper mill I have. And I would take them all around the back side of the layout over here, and I would do whatever amount of switching I needed to do to swap the box cars that are currently in the yard out with the box cars that have just come from the paper mill. In other words, I will load for empties in this yard over here. Now, I also have a cement plant of sorts over here, so these covered hoppers are empty. So, well, I think they're empty. I'm really not familiar with how cement plant operations work other than they have two-bay hopper cars. But anyway, I would have a few different runs of a local going from the yard to the industrial park there, and it would consist of 2 box cars and a shoving platform. That part I really haven't tested out that much, but I may or may not be a little bit ambitious and try it out tonight. And just in case I do, actually, I'm going to leave my BC rail right here for right now. And while this train is running, I think I'm going to unbox some more stuff. And I'm going to unbox my favorite acquisition from the Gadsden Train Show. Actually, it would be better viewed like this. Oop. A 6-pack of coal cars. Now, I got it for $55, but the cool thing about this is it was listed as $90 MSRP in 1998. You may or may not be able to see that on the tag. But in 2024 dollars, that would be, I believe, $173.45. I've looked it up. And this has never been unboxed before. So I think I'm going to unbox it tonight and Granted, it'd be worth more boxed up like this, but my justification for unboxing it is, one, I'm probably never going to get coal cars for this price ever, anywhere again. And two, even if I were to sell it, I might be able to buy 2 or 3 of these at best. So I think for the value of what I have, I think it's worth just to hang on to it and use it on my model railroad. But as a result of this, I'm currently in the works of building a pretty nice BN coal train, because I have 2 that look like these guys, only the difference is they're exact rails, and I have the 4 BN hoppers like this that I discussed earlier in the stream. So, without further ado, here we go. Just like Christmas, almost. I have been eyeing these things since I got home from the train show, and I have been eagerly awaiting the stream just so I could unbox all these guys. Let's see. Now, at what end do you open these? Rats. They're a bit difficult to open. Yeah, I know. And I know it's right after Halloween, but traditionally, I mean, honestly, I'm usually in more of a Christmas mood after Thanksgiving, but man, I'm unboxing 6 brand new hopper cars that have never been opened before. Now, I thought it would be more efficient to open it from this end instead of this end, but it's whatever. Hard to believe these cars were made in the late 90s and this is the first time they've been opened. Depends. Freight cars cost too much. Depends on what you're looking for. Honestly, I highly recommend going to train shows, because it's not often you find a brick and mortar hobby shop everywhere, especially one that's dedicated to just trains. So, you can get some really, really good deals at train shows, such as this one. Also, club meetings if you have a model railroad club nearby. You never know what will turn up there. Hi, Chessie Rail Fanning. Welcome. So, I am currently, so give you a little bit of backstory. I found this 6-pack of Bachmann coal hopper cars at a train show for $55, and they were manufactured in the late 90s. The tag on them says 1998, and I am in the process of opening them for the very first time. That's exactly right, Kyle. More and more detail equals more and more money. But, it's like the saying goes, you get what you pay for. Honestly, I'm the wrong person to ask about cleaning track. I don't clean my track very much. The most I do with it is I wipe over it with a paper towel or something like that. But, there's plenty of other resources out there on the internet for stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into opening these coal cars up. Let's see here. We have the 542970. These are in there tight. Ooh! They come with coal loads. Very good deal. Aha! And we have the car weights inside. And I imagine that's what keeps those coal loads propped up. Man, this was a good deal. This was a good deal. I don't want to damage the box too much. Wow. Okay. So here's the coal load. And this is not much of a weight, but it goes on one side of the hopper car. And this, it's okay, so it's two components from the looks of it that are in here. And there are two weights in here. So, yeah, let's see what the instructions say here. Let's see here. Okay, so there's two flat pieces in here, and there are four rod-looking things on the sides here. Ah. Okay, I thought there was more to this than that, but the main thing to this is just installing these rods here and these pieces. But man, it's got... This might be one of the best purchases I've ever made in model railroading. Because, folks, I just unboxed a... Alright, well, best of luck, Chessie Rail fan. Thanks for stopping by. But this might very well be the best purchase I've ever made in model railroading. Because I got a Bachmann Premium HO Scale Silver Series rolling stock that was made in the late 90s, and was in stores in 1998, had never been unboxed, and it's got easy couplers, metal wheels, weights, and coal loads. 6 of these cars for 55 bucks. It's going to take a lot to top that. Well, I was going to unbox all these, but assembling all these would take literally all night. And I did not intend for the stream to last for that long. So I'm just going to set this to the side for now. Prop it up there for the time being. Actually, let's see. Set it right there for the time being, yeah. Okay. I'm going to move all the other 4 cars out of the way. But wow, honestly, I'm blown away. Phew! We were at 989 subscribers at the start of the stream. Now we are at 992. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe as well. And thanks for hanging with me for this long, too. Oh, man. All I got for you, man, is thank you for your time and thanks for being a loyal subscriber. I appreciate you. I'm glad. I'm going to wind down this mixed freight. And I'm going to go over my final acquisition, I think. And you're going to want to stick around for this too. It's a good one. Yep, there's still more. Okay, it's a lot quieter now, so I don't have to talk as much. Alright, so one of the first couple of times I walked in RC Hobbies here recently, they had yet another engine that caught my eye. It's an Athearn Genesis. And it is yet another Norfolk Southern engine. This time it's an ACU, SD70 ACU, NS7281. I've actually gotten this engine 2 times. Once was leading a 385, a Norfolk Southern train 385 rather. And another time was as a trailing second on Norfolk Southern train 265 back before the big intermodal ID change they did a couple years ago. So we're going to unbox this right here. Now I'm going to unplug this from the layout because it does not have a sound decoder in it. But it is DCC ready. And this was the price I got it for. $220 and the MSRP was $260. So I felt like that was a pretty good deal. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jet lead. Okay. I'm going to put this on the layout. It is disconnected. Okay. So all the lights light up. Now let's see here. Oops, my bad. Wants to take off. That's a little bit of running it. I'm going to take these white things off and get a better look at this engine. One more. I can get it out. Wow. A good looking engine. Very detailed. So detailed there's stuff this little pad here is getting caught on. So that's that. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to let you guys look at it. And I thought these numbers back here on the back looked rather large, but turns out this is the norm for this engine. And here's the top of the engine. Okay, we have another person joining the stream right quick. Let me put this engine down and see what we got. Sweet. Thomas Merklin train layout. Well, welcome to the stream. We're happy to have you. Nice. Yeah, that's different. Phew. Man, I've acquired a lot here recently. That's the most content I've ever unboxed on a stream before, a live stream before. But yeah, this engine looks great, but it's going to sound great once I get an ESU decoder in it. That's my whole purpose for purchasing it without DCC sound. Much to Kyle's dismay. It's very smooth. I gotta admit, it's very smooth. Earlier this year in February, I purchased an SD80, an Athearn SD80 Mac from RC Hobbies 2. And this ACU is kind of in a similar vein, has a similar size to it. But I was very pleased with the 80 Mac. And for those that don't know, this is an SD70 ACU. It is an engine that was rebuilt from SD90 Macs. Norfolk Southern purchased quite a few from Union Pacific back in 2014 and 2015. And they started rebuilding them into SD70 ACUs. And let me see. This is the outcome. So, yeah, this is a nice looking engine. Yeah, that's the same way I feel about ESU, Kyle. Anyway, I like this engine a lot. I can't wait to get sound in it, but I've got quite a few engines that need sound, and this is unfortunately going to go in the project pile. Trying to put together an Ontario Northland Polar Bear Express together. Any suggestions for engines? Are you planning on making your own train, or will that require painting any engines? Because I think Ontario Northland has some SD70Ms from Norfolk Southern. And I think they have some SD75Is from CN at one point too. I don't know if they're former CN or not, but I just know CN has SD75s. I don't know. I think it's primarily an EMD roster Ontario Northland has. I haven't tried to take the cab roofs off yet. I'm not ambitious enough to do that, honestly. But I gotta say, cab lighting would be really cool. Yeah, I hear you. It depends on what engine model you want first, because certain manufacturers make certain engines. Like, for example, Skill Trains tends to focus a lot on GEs, and Athearn tends to focus a lot on EMDs. So, depending on what engine you want, just do some research around on the internet would be my advice. Let's see. I'm trying to put this back in without damaging anything too bad. Let's see. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah, cab lighting is something I haven't thought of or looked into a whole heck of a lot. Ew. That's not good. Ooh. It's getting hot. I'll let this sit for a bit. Yeah, I could tell the lights were starting to dim and this thing's getting pretty hot. So we'll let it cool. Hopefully I haven't damaged it too bad. Ooh. For a second there, I thought one of those ditch lights was about to pop out. Not sure. I think it's just because I've left it sitting there for so long. But I don't know. Pardon me. Yeah, it's getting rather warm. I'm gonna let it sit and cool for a bit. Yeah, that's why I unplugged it. I disconnected the track here from the rest of the layout. That's because the only thing worse than that is it affecting all my other engines. Okay. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I had a good time running trains, and believe it or not, I'm done unboxing stuff. So it's been a good time, but I think we're in a natural stopping point to call it a night. Next time, hopefully, I'll have those BN hopper cars fully assembled. Those will look very good. And maybe I can get some operations done. We'll see. But as I usually do with these model train live streams, I'm going to make them public once they're finished. That way you can go back at any given time and watch or rewatch the stream or rewatch me sniffing an engine if you want. I wasn't thinking, but did it anyway. Oh dear, the motor will fry. I hope it hasn't come down to that. But yeah, we'll see going forward. But I guess we'll call it a stream here. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Y'all have a good night.